We're here with our friend Jake from Lowe's, and we are working on a patio project with brick pavers. What are we doing today, Jake?
Okay, what we're gonna do is a simple way of laying patio bricks and everything. If you have professionals or something come in to do it, it's gonna cost a lot of money, and they're gonna just do it very simply, kind of what we're doing. Only there's one simple step they don't use usually. So what we have is our base here. You know, we want to get it as level as we can. We're gonna look. It's just simply sand. Again.
Now, do you recommend having sand before you lay the bricks?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if we're doing a patio, let's say that had sod, we want to remove about 1 inch of sod, put some sand down. That way, that gives you a nice level. Now, here's where the tricky part is getting this completely level. This is where the professionals do it.
It's one thing I hate when I've done stuff in the yard with bricks and pavers. Is getting it level.
Never even. If you want to hand me one of those, this is a product we carry at Lowe's. We can literally lay this down, and that gets rid of our most uneven spots and gives you a nice level sturdy base and everything.
Nice.
So it has holes in it and everything that'll let the water drain also. A step before, I forgot before you put your sand down, is you want to put a weed barrier. That way
good idea.
it doesn't come up through there or anything. And then from here, we just start laying however you want to design your bricks.
Okay. Do we start here or here?
We'll just start here just for purpose's sake on this deal.
So you
Can we
do
do
different.
Any pattern you want.
Shake it up,
So,
or as we like to say here, Jake it up.
All right, Jake, you start this one.
we'll
And you have
just go-
different styles of pavers as well.
Oh
You
yeah,
have different,
I mean
circles
these are just 6-inch regular brick pavers and everything. How we want to do this? Bro?
Spicing it up. I like it. Let's just
Let's just do it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we just simply go along. Of course, there's regular 12-inch blocks, 16-inch blocks, all kinds of different sizes, whatever you want to use.
How sturdy are these once you get it done?
This is very sturdy. So I just set up here on the actual patio. Of course, we would do the sand again if we were doing, but this is just a different pattern that we can do. If we have our edging, let's say up against the building or something, just lay some nice bricks like that and then down like that, and we can start doing 45 degree. Like I said, the patterns are endless.
You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when you have these little things?
Okay,
is that
now
up to you to?
that's up to this is the easiest way is just set a full brick in there, get you a little pin and mark, and then you need a concrete saw that could do it. You can have a dry one or a wet concrete saw. Either or works just fine, but just cut them so it's nice and easy and fits down right in there.
How well do things like this cut? Do they shear off, or do they break easily?
As long as you have the right proper tools, it'll cut just like a piece of wood.
Okay.
Literally smooth side and everything. Now, if you're sitting there with a chipping hammer and everything, it's going to chip off and look kind of funky.
Right. So why do you put sand underneath something like this?
But that just gives it a little more flex, a little bit more movement when you walk on it and everything.
Okay.
It gives you a nice, sand's a nice material that will fill in when a divot ends up, if it's dry and everything. When it lets the pressure off, it'll come back and level itself out a lot easier. So that's really why the sand's under there, to give it a little cushion. And
Gotcha.
everything.
And what does something like this run?
Off the top of my head, I want to say a sheet of this is about $4 and stuff, which can be a lifesaver on the time of making sure all of that is level and getting them all set. And this also prevents the bricks from sinking over time.
Okay.
Like in sand.
Well, and that's what you don't want, an uneven walking surface.
Yeah, it'll sink down into that sand over time, or this will prevent that from
Well, and
happening.
this also help other things from growing up into it.
Yep.
The weeds and the grass.
Yep, it also helps as a weed preventer. And then, of course, we're not going to show this step, but the last step for this, like if we look here on one of these, is we'll take what they call a polymeric sand and fill these cracks, and and then we lightly mist that with water, and that will lock those bricks in so they don't move after they're set and everything.
And this is my creation. This was my nice.
So if you have a patio project, come hire Brooke.